big brands don't think about our community. And so the fact that like such an iconic big brand is like, oh, this community exists and we can actually help them is amazing. Molly from the future here saying that you guys should wait till the end of this video to see a ton of hair care tips on how to keep your hair healthy when it's bleached. But first, I want to share some exciting news and an event I went to. I'm getting my nails done. We have PJs, comfy clothes, workout clothes, and my event outfit. Gallup got his hair done at the groomers. It's time for Breeza to do my hair. It's early the next morning and we are on our way to the airport. We are on the plane and off to New York City. He's very happy that we're here. Yes! So, it's next morning. I got up at 2:30 a.m. LA time. Very glamorous, but worth it because I have this amazing glam squad to help me out. You guys know, obviously, on a regular basis, I'm like doing my hair and makeup myself, but for fancy events, I get to have people help me out, which is nice. So I'm doing like a braid on the side and then waves. We're doing like a nice natural fall look on the makeup. And it's crazy because Jacob showed up to do my makeup at 6 a.m. New York time today, and he did my makeup for the Shorty Awards. So you did my good luck makeup.
I know. I feel like today's going to be a really good day for you.
I won the Shorty Award in your makeup. It was on stage with me. So it was so funny because of all the makeup artists in New York City, like we didn't book this. So
I'd say fate.
Fate. We're meant to meet. There you go. All right. I'm going to keep getting glam. I have a phone interview in like, what, 10 minutes? 5 minutes?
5.
And I'm still not telling you where I'm going. You'll find out soon. Look at the baby. He's so sweet. I love you, my love. So hair and makeup's obviously done. We went with one of my favorites, just a natural fall makeup look. And the hair is all waved out with this pulled back in braids. I had initially kind of pictured like one big braid, but I just told her, you know, you're the hairstylist, you do you. And so she ended up doing this. I'm feeling really good. Had my coffee. We're on the way to the secret event now. You'll find out soon. Fall vibes are on. We got this fluffy coat, and then underneath we have more fluffy. You guys know how I love a texture. We have this fluffy yellow sweater and these beautiful flowy pants and these brown booties, and I'm feeling so fall festive and so earthy. You can tell I look like I might be outside, but I am inside because, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys why I'm here. Where to begin? I'm getting overexcited. Okay, calm down, Molly, calm down, it's fine. Okay, October 10th is World Sight Day, which obviously, as a blind girl, is a super important day to me. And also an important day to Herbal Essence because they are now coming out with bottles, shampoo and conditioner bottles that have tactile identifiers so you can tell the difference between which bottle you're using, which I get questions all the time about how I know those things. And prior to this, I used to just like line them up in my bathtub, or I would buy from different brands so the bottles felt different, that kind of thing. But now Herbal Essences stepped in and they're adding tactile markers. By the way, some of you might make fun of the fact that I say herbal, okay? I have an Irish mother.
Herbal.
Born and raised with herbal. I can't switch to herbal. It just doesn't, it's not the same to me. But yeah, so I'm here in New York City for the PR event. They've like converted this salon into like what would you call this? Like
A botanical
greenhouse.
garden.
Botanical gardens. Later on in this video, I'm going to show you the bottles and tell you more information about what else they're doing for the blind community, because they're not just coming out with accessible tactile bottles. They're doing so much more than that for this community, which honestly, like big brands like that don't think about us. Frankly, like let's all be real. My blind folks watching this, you know it's true. Like big brands don't think about our community. And so the fact that like such an iconic big brand is like, oh, this community exists and we can actually help them is amazing. Okay, so more and more people are starting to filter in. The event hasn't officially started yet, so I wanted to, before it gets too busy, show you some of the things that they're doing. So basically, they've converted this traditional salon into kind of a sensory experience so that everybody who comes, you know, media outlets or influencers can come and like have a bit of an experience of day in the life of a blind beauty routine. So on the floor, you'll find these mats with the bumps on them, just like you will sometimes see on city sidewalks. So these are to show people where each station is as they go around. And then, for example, here's one of the stations, which is a dark room, so we won't bother going in because you won't be able to see anything. But in the dark room, they have the different bottles with the tactile markers, as well as different bottles of scents, so you can smell the different fragrances of the botanicals that they use in their products. And then over here, I think is so cool. You guys know, as a beauty and fashion lover, you know, most days, unlike today, I do my own hair and makeup. So they have these salon chairs and they've covered the mirrors. So instead it's like this botanical garden that you almost feel like you're looking out into. And then here you have everything you need for your hairstyle. So a brush, and then they've identified the hairspray with an elastic band, which is a typical thing that blind people would do. I personally just put my products in extremely specific spots, but a lot of my blind friends do things like that, and then a dry shampoo, and then 2 hair elastics. And what they'll be doing is they'll be listening to a hair tutorial over the sound system and following along just by listening, which is kind of like how I listen to makeup tutorials on YouTube and do my makeup.
Yeah. To do so, pick up your brush. Use the brush to smooth out any flyaway hairs in the top section. Do a final check for any lumps or bumps and smooth out as needed.
So it's really cool that they've like set all this experiential things up. And like I said, they're doing more than just their bottles. They're also partnering with the app Be My Eyes as well as Alexa to offer like very specific information for blind consumers. So I'm gonna get into that a little bit later because the event is starting soon. So I wanted to show you guys, here are an example of the bottles. So if you can see here on the bottom, there is indented stripes. So there's 4 stripes, and stripes always represent shampoo. So S for stripes and S for shampoo. And then the conditioner has bumps, so circles. So C for circle, C for conditioner. And that's how you can kind of remember in your mind which is which. And they're having this on all of their bottles. And their plan is to hopefully have this expand to where it's a universal thing. Every single brand puts stripes on their shampoo and circles on their conditioner, so that way, no matter what brand you reach for, even if you're in a hotel and they have those little baby shampoos and conditioners, you know, as a blind person, which is which. And honestly, I think this will help more than just blind people. You know, people who take their glasses off and they get in the shower. It's hard for them too, and even just for anybody, water's in your eyes and stuff, it's so much easier to just be able to feel and grab than it would be to pick it up and look. So I'm so stoked about this. I hope you guys are too. I know this might not be as big of a deal to some of you guys, and you're like, wait, this is your exciting event? You're not like meeting the queen, but for me, this is super exciting because it's a really big first step forward for our community, and I'm just really proud to be a part of it and to hopefully help Purple Essence continue to move forward with this.
And she is a YouTuber and motivational speaker, huge advocate within this community. So we brought Molly here to help share all of this exciting news as well and create content so that she can speak directly to the blind community.
I grew up obsessed with makeup and fashion, so that was always my thing. I loved tattoos and room decor and makeup and fashion. I loved what most of the world would view as visual things. And so at 14 years old, when you're really discovering yourself, your personal style, you're getting more into makeup and dating and all of these things, my whole world changed, and I ended up losing my vision. I lost my friends, and I became really severely depressed. And all of a sudden, you know, I went from being able to flip through magazines and look at trends or look at makeup looks to recreate them to having no access to that. I couldn't look in store windows anymore. I couldn't flip through magazines. And I didn't have friends to go shopping with or work with me on these things. And that's when I personally found the YouTube beauty community. Now, you know, it was, I guess, I started my YouTube channel 5 years ago last month, sorry. I get to share how and why I love the visual aspects of the world, like makeup and room decor and bright colored hair, even though I can't look in the mirror and see it. Okay, so I want to introduce you guys to Sam Latif. Hi. This is a very important special person that's been really spearheading this whole project within P&G. Can you like tell my audience a little bit about yourself and your story, what you do? We have the same disease. I want to jump in with that. We have the same disease. She also has RP.
So I work at Procter & Gamble, and I am Procter & Gamble's first company accessibility leader. And my job is really exciting. It's how we make our products, our company, our offices, our advertising, everything accessible for disabled people. And there's 1.7 billion of us worldwide. So I have this exciting job to make my company accessible in any way.
So you were really the one who brought it to like Herbal Essence's attention about like the shampoo and conditioner bottles and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so when I got into this role, the very first project I wanted to do was introduce something on the bottles that will help blind people tell by touch shampoo from conditioner, because I used to always get it muddled up in the shower. I don't know if you've ever put elastic bands or
I've put
sellotape.
conditioner in my hand instead of shampoo and then had to shampoo that out and then put conditioner in again.
So I used to do the same, and I just thought that this was an opportunity for the industry. Imagine every shampoo bottle had some kind of mark which was different to every conditioner bottle, so you wouldn't have to ever think about it.
And it was universally the same always.
Yes. Yeah.
You guys are also working towards making the website, the Herbal Essence website, fully accessible for
Yes.
screen readers.
Absolutely. So in December we're launching our website, and it will be fully accessible for screen readers or any assistive technology user. And we're also launching Alexa skill for herbal essences. So you would say open herbal essences to Alexa, and then you can have a conversation about knowing what are our products, how to use them, where to buy them, all that kind of stuff.
I think that's so fun. And then you can also use Be My Eyes to connect with a sighted volunteer who can share, who's like educated on herbal essences, right?
Yeah, so Be My Eyes is the app, one of my favorite apps. I use it many times a day. It connects people through video. So you can call herbal essences over video call, and then they can recommend which one of our 15 collections is suitable for my hair, and where can I buy it, how to use it, all that kind of stuff.
One of my biggest pet peeves as a blind woman in the entertainment industry is like tokenism. So like the use of disabled people for brownie points as a brand in marketing. And when brands reach out and I look at what they're doing, I really dive deep into make sure like, is this tokenism or is this an actual passion of theirs? And when I saw that Herbal Essences isn't just like putting a few lines and dots on bottles and being like, oh, we're gonna do it for like World Sight Day and woohoo, this is our thing. It's like you guys are adding alt text to all of your Instagram photos. You guys are making the website accessible. You are working with Be My Eyes. You're working with Alexa. Like this is a real passion project. It isn't tokenism, it isn't the use of disabled people for brownie points. It's you guys really believe in this and are working within the industry to make this a standard. Like that was why I wanted to be involved with this, is because we are always forgotten about. Like we are pretty much always forgotten about as a community when it comes to beauty and the beauty and fashion space, you know? And that's always been difficult for me as a beauty and fashion lover, feeling so forgotten about or not even seen in the community that I love so much. And so to see like such a massive company actually care, is so exciting because I know that this is like just the beginning. So on behalf of the community, thank you, Sam,
Thank you,
for
Kristen.
championing this within P&G. And I know it's gonna like just continue to go even further.
Yeah, thanks for raising awareness, Molly, and advocating and supporting us, and hopefully we keep in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. I am back in my hotel room from the early morning event. Sorry if the lighting isn't on point. Gallop is so sleepy. Sleepy puppers. I am currently drinking green tea out of my very botanical inspired tea caddy, if I do say so. It's keeping me awake. So I just got back from the hair event and I wanted to give you guys some hair tips. I get asked from you guys all the time how I keep my hair healthy when I've been bleaching it for about 1.5 years now. If you've just joined me since the colored hair phase in my life, my hair is naturally almost black. It's very, very dark brown. So to get my hair any color that isn't that, I have to bleach it. So I've been bleaching my hair consistently, pretty much to the roots, for the last 1.5 years. And it's still pretty darn healthy, if I do say so myself. So I've done a hair care routine in the past, which I'll link below, for how to grow long, strong, healthy hair. That was back when I had 18 inches more hair than I do now, and it was all virgin hair, and I grew it from about this length to butt length in probably about 5 years. So it took a while, but I did it. So if you want to check that video out, if you're trying to grow your hair long, strong, virgin, healthy hair, check that routine out. But my routine for my hair and the different tricks and tips that I've developed since bleaching my hair a ton have changed. So I want to share some hair care routine tips for keeping strong bleached hair. Tip number 1, go to a really good hairstylist. Do not bleach your hair yourself. Don't watch a tutorial online and think you can bleach your hair yourself. Unless you are a hairdresser, please don't bleach your hair on your own. If you just type in I tried to bleach my own hair fail video on YouTube, there are so many of them. I really made it clear to my hairstylist, Breeza, linked below as well on her Instagram. I made it clear to her going into her that like the integrity of the health of my hair is number 1 to me. So yes, there's a certain desired look I have, but health is more important than that. And what she told me is, you know, a lot of people go into their hairstylists wanting to go from brunette to blonde in one sitting, or get a bright color hair in one sitting from dark hair. And, you know, if you do that, you're gonna get damage. A lot of people, they just want the look and they forget about the health and how it'll feel once you have fried, damaged hair. So what she advised me on and what I advise you on now is enjoy the journey. Enjoy each step of the journey to get to your desired look. Because when you do it over stages, which could, for your specific desired look, it could take over 1 year of going every 6 weeks to get to your desired look, but enjoy that whole process. Don't rush it. My next tip is use a wide tooth comb. I think I talked about this in my last one too, but this is integral to having healthy hair, especially if you're brushing it while wet. This was literally $5 on Amazon, shipped overnight. It's pink, it's cute. I travel with it. I bring this thing everywhere with me when I am in my bath and I've done my shampoo and I'm moving on to conditioner. I brush the conditioner in, starting at my tips, I brush up to the root and I brush it all so that the conditioner is evenly distributed in my hair. And then when I'm out of the shower or bath and I'm combing my hair out, I use a detangling spray and a heat protectant and I comb those through with this as well. I don't take any kind of brush to my wet hair, and that's really helped for things like split ends, because when your hair is wet, it's at its most weak and most vulnerable state. And always using like a heat protectant spray and or a leave-in conditioner, especially when you're going to be heat styling, which leads me to my next point, heat styling. Try to limit your heat styling. Obviously my hair has been heat styled today, but for the most part, you'll see if you look on my Instagram that I wear my hair in a ponytail or a bun like 90% of my life. And that's because I don't have to use heat to style it that way. So that's a huge one, is not adding extra damage through heat styling tools. And also, especially with things like blow drying, leave it as long as you can. So I put my hair up in a towel and I let it soak there for as long as I can possibly wait, which is why I wash my hair at night and not in the mornings when I have to do my routine and get out the door. I do it at night, a few hours before I go to bed. I sit, I do my night routine for a couple hours with the towel on, soaking up all that extra water. And then when I take the towel off, I don't scrub my hair because that's only gonna cause friction in the strands and breakage. So I just take it out of the towel gently, I comb it through, put my products in, and then I leave it even longer. I let my hair dry as long as possible before I do a final shot with my hair dryer. So air drying as much as possible. My next tip is sleep on a silk pillowcase. This might seem weird. I did not bring my silk pillowcase with me. I just have a regular pillowcase in the hotel room. But when you're at home, sleep with a silk pillowcase. It is not only good for your hair, it's also good for your skin. So really that's just like a beauty hack in general. It might seem weird, but if you research anything about silk pillowcases, it's really good for your hair, which is why I also often use silk scrunchies instead of typical hair elastics when I'm doing my top knots or my ponytails. This is a silk face mask that I got for my brother's girlfriend because she loves face masks, but I use this same brand for my hair scrunchies and for my pillowcase. They make all sorts of silk beauty products for hair and skin, so definitely recommend that. And I have so many more hair care tips. If you want to know how to keep your hair vibrant, let me know. I can do a whole video on how I keep my hair bright and vibrant. Before I share my last tip, I also want to say, don't bleach your hair every time you change the color. And I know that might sound like it's difficult to do, but a lot of people get confused because I've changed my hair from all sorts of different pinks, corals, purples, magentas, cool tone purples, red toned purples, and people are like, Molly, you change your hair like every 5 or 6 weeks, you're gonna kill your hair. I don't bleach it every time. I only bleach the roots when I need to, but majority of the time that I go see my stylist, Breeza, we're not bleaching. What I do is before I go into my hairstylist, I try to get as much color out when washing my hair as possible. So I stop using my color preserving products and I start using products that are actually going to help me take the color out of the hair so that it gets to as bleached as possible when I walk in, and then she can just put a new color that's darker over top of what we already have down as a bleached base. So that's another tip. And now finally, the last tip I will share with you today, use products that don't have things like parabens and silicone in them because it's not gonna help you have strong, healthy hair. I just recently switched to this herbal essence bottle that has the tactile markers because obviously I had to switch to the bottles with tactile markers. I mean, come on, this is the first time a brand has ever done this and I need to jump on and support. So I am using the grapefruit and mint one, which is for volume. I have very thick, dead straight hair and it's very heavy. So my hair does not like volume. So I use this to help me get volume, and it helps that it's like grapefruit and mint scented, which if you guys know anything about me, grapefruit and mint are two of my all-time favorite scents. So I had to pick this one. But yeah, pick your products wisely. Figure out what works the best with your hair type and use that. Okay, those are the tips I wanted to share with you today. I am going to go wash my hair with my shampoo and conditioner now that I can tell the difference between which bottle is which. As of January 2020, all of the Herbal Essences bottles for conditioner and shampoo will have the tactile differentiators. So I encourage all of you, especially my blind peeps, to go check that out, but honestly everybody, because this is something we should be supporting. Thank you to Herbal Essence for sponsoring this video and for actually seeing the blind community, because it's rare that we are seen, especially by people in the beauty industry and especially by a brand so massive, so widely known. I mean, my mom was using Herbal Essences from the time she was little.
I love it. It was my favorite.
Thank you. I just really appreciate it. I'm going to link so much information about Herbal Essences initiative with Alexa, with Be My Eyes, with their website, and their new product bottle markers, as well as Sam Latif, who you guys met earlier in the video, who has kind of been spearheading this whole thing. All that info can be found in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!